You're listening to Nora and Noah Decode the Day, where markets meet meaning every morning.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're trying to make sense of, well, the current economic picture. Lots of talk about trade, markets. It's a bit messy.
It is, and we're going to focus on some recent comments from Jamie Dimon, JPMorgan CEO.
Right, from that Bloomberg interview he did in Paris. We've got his direct words.
Exactly. And our goal here is really to unpack what he's seeing, especially regarding tariffs and market swings and what it might mean for you.
Okay, so where do we start? What's the big headline from Dimon?
I think the most striking thing is his continued worry about a recession. He's not ruling it out.
Still on the table, then?
Very much so. He directly links it to the fallout from tariffs. He actually said, hopefully we'll avoid it, but I wouldn't take it off the table at this point.
And he doesn't know how bad it could be.
No. He added, if there is a recession, I don't know how big it would be or how long it would last. That level of uncertainty from him was significant.
Yeah, definitely carries weight. So these tariffs, they're having real effects now, not just theoretical.
Oh, absolutely. Dimon mentioned that. He pointed out that some of JPMorgan's own clients are getting hesitant.
Hesitant how? Like pausing investments.
Exactly. Holding back on decisions because the market's been so volatile, especially over the last month or so, tied to these trade policies.
Right. And that hesitation, that pause in investment, that's how trade friction can actually slow things down, economically speaking.
Precisely. Business uncertainty leads to less spending, less expansion. It's a direct link.
Okay. But wasn't there some recent news on the U.S.-China front? A bit of a truce?
Yes, a temporary one. Lower levies agreed upon for a bit. And Dimon expressed, some hope for that.
Hope for what exactly? Just a pause or something more?
He wants a real thaw. An engaging conversation, as he put it. Sort of echoes that earlier Liberation Day talk and the pause that followed. He's consistently pushed for resolution.
He even suggested someone specific to lead the talks before, right?
He did, yeah. He mentioned Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent in the past. And his shareholder letter also urged a quick solution. It shows how crucial he thinks stable trade relations are for confidence.
And speaking of confidence, or maybe lack of it, this volatility, it's actually impacting JPMorgan's business directly.
In a way, yes. It's interesting. They've seen more trading volume because of the recent swings.
More trading. So good for business.
Well, potentially. They had record trading revenue in Q1 before the April tariffs hit, and analysts think Q2 might be strong too. But Dimon was careful here.
How so?
He distinguished between, let's say, good volatility and bad volatility. He suggested this current bout might be okay for trading desks, but he warned the next round might not be. It could signal deeper problems.
Okay, so it's a bit of a double-edged sword for them. Volatility drives trading, but too much instability is bad overall.
Exactly. And he also touched on the broader investment climate for the U.S.
Ah, yes. The idea that maybe these trade tensions make the U.S. less attractive.
Slightly, perhaps. He acknowledged that the tariff issues could cause some irritation internationally, maybe leading to a small dip in investment flowing into the U.S.
He mentioned something about Kentucky bourbon, didn't he? People complaining.
Yeah, a small anecdote like that. But he immediately followed up, strongly arguing that the U.S. is still the prime destination.
Right. His quote was pretty clear on that.
Is America a bad investment destination? Yes. No. If you were to take all your money and put it in one country, it would still be America. So he sees some friction, but the foundation remains strong in his view.
A nuanced take, then. Acknowledging the bumps, but emphasizing the core strengths. What about Europe? Did he touch on that?
He did, specifically on the EU and UK. And interestingly, he sounded quite positive about potential negotiations there.
Positive, after all the Brexit difficulties.
Surprisingly, yes. He framed it as a chance to actually build something better. He said, they have a chance to actually develop a great relationship, partially making up for the disaster that Brexit became.
Wow, okay. That's definitely an optimistic angle amidst all this global uncertainty.
It is. It stands out.
So let's try and pull these threads together. Key takeaways seem to be persistent recession risk tied to tariffs.
Check. Ongoing market volatility that's currently boosting trading, but could easily turn sour.
Got it. Cautious optimism maybe on U.S.-China talks, while acknowledging the U.S. might feel some investment friction but remains fundamentally strong.
And then that unexpected positive note on potential progress between the EU and the UK post-Brexit.
Right. It covers a lot of ground.
It does. And maybe that leaves you, the listener, with a final thought to consider.
Okay.
Given how interconnected everything is, global supply chains, finance parents, how might these trade policies, which seem focused on specific goods or countries, end up causing unexpected ripples? Ripples in sectors or markets you wouldn't immediately think are connected.
That's a good point. The unforeseen consequences. Definitely something to keep an eye on.
Absolutely. It's a complex web.
That's it for today's Decode. If you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe, and we'll catch you tomorrow, right here on Nora and Noah Decode the Day.